back to Dussy TV. I'm Cassie Bird and I'm joined as always by Ian Bird. So Ian, how was your holiday?
Holiday was fantastic. Really nice to have a mid-season break, get away from it all, get some sunshine, but it was also good to be back, and the batteries are recharged for the second half of the season.
That's good. So we had a game on Saturday. Tell the guys a little bit about that. Who did we play and how did we do?
So we were at home, where we've been very, very good, to FC Parson Drove, who are middle of the table side, and unfortunately, despite dominating the game, we lost 1-0. I think it's the first time that I recall all season us not scoring. We are without three of our strikers, so that doesn't help, but we did create a few chances, but we lost the game, so that was a big disappointment, and meant that we'd lost 3 league games in a row, which is really unlike us. So really needed to bounce back from that defeat on Saturday.
And we then had a game on Tuesday evening. How did the bouncing back go?
The bouncing back went really well, yeah.
Oh,
a first league away win. We played against Norwich CBS, who are bottom of the table, but had just won on Saturday 4-0. And I said to the lads, look, I think this is going to be a much tougher game than it would look on paper. And it was even tougher than I expected. Norwich CBS played some of the best football I've seen all season, and the scoreline doesn't really reflect the game. We won 5-1, and so you'd think that's a thumping, but it was a very close game. CBS, I was very impressed with them. I'd be amazed if they don't pick up points over the next month or two and climb the table. But from our point of view, we were delighted to win the game. It was brilliant that 2 of our new signings, Kieran Hagan and Nell Lemos, both scored twice. So it was a real lift for the team, and it being away from home where we haven't done so well sets us up nicely for the next few games.
Yeah, and James Smith got one in as well, didn't he? So that's really good, and it's really good to get the first away win. When I spoke to you afterwards after the game, the mood was very, very happy, so
Indeed.
That's nice.
Absolutely.
Wednesday night's training, weather was a bit different to how it was in Ibiza.
Yeah, we had sideways rain and wind on Wednesday night, torrential the whole night. Most of the first team had the night off because obviously they played the night before. Captain Sam Wells was there flying the flag for the first team, so he was there. But it was a good session. We had a game at the end. The lads in the reserves and A's looking really, really sharp, putting pressure on the first team, impressing me. So that was really good from my point of view to see some of those. But I needed an hour in the bath when I got home just to warm up.
Yeah, your clothes were drenched through. It was like you'd had a bucket of water tipped over your clothes.
I had a bucket of water tipped over
pretty
me.
much.
Yeah.
So we're obviously still looking for an A-team manager, or we're still kind of figuring things out there, but they had quite a good result last weekend as well. Yeah,
I mean, Graham Bird agreed to go and run the A's on Saturday, and he didn't have everyone available, but the players that he did have available did him proud, and we were all delighted that they came away with a 2-1 win. Monadil and Alex scoring the goals. I think it was a last-minute winner from what I understand as well, so brilliant for the A-team to get a good result when things had been not going so well for them.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, and really good that morale's going to be picked up within that team as well. So on to this weekend, what have we got coming up?
So this Saturday we're at home at the Nest, 3 o'clock kickoff against Cornard United. Another side, much like ourselves, much like Parson Drove from last week, in that middle of the table, will be looking to kick on and try and put pressure on the playoff places. As I've said probably last week, we've been good at home, but then last week we did drop points. That's going to happen occasionally, but I'll be very much looking to take the confidence that we had from the midweek win into this Saturday. I think we've got 1 or 2 players coming back in, which helps as well. So optimistic about this Saturday, and then we follow it up again with a midweek game on Tuesday in the League Cup, where we've already won 2 rounds, but we're away against Kirkley and Pakefield, who are in the division above us. So that'll be a tough game for us, but let's see how we can get on in that next Tuesday.
Yeah, and that's our last midweek game, unless we get any cup draws or any postponements or rearrangement games, isn't it? So
it is, and I think that from our point of view, that's one of the things that we've learned, that the number of games we've played. I think Saturday is our 20th game of the season.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And we're only midway through October, so a huge load on the players. We've got lots of groin strains and hamstring problems, so I think that we're learning from that, and so it'd be really nice to get away from the midweek fixture, just play Saturday to Saturday for a few weeks, and we'll certainly take the learning from that into next season. And see if we can have a slightly easier first month or 2 of the season.
Yeah, and I think if for anyone who's watching, if you know of anyone who's looking for a bit of work experience, who's a physio, then please get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to kind of have a chat and see if there's something we can do mutually between them and the club. I think the first team would really benefit from that.
Yep.
So that's something we're looking for. And also great news in terms of player sponsors this week. We had 2 just come flying through. So we've got Go Wise Print have now sponsored Gideon
Arthur, that's right.
Yeah, and
Charlie Marshall
has been sponsored by
MCT.
Yes. So we will list their details in the description blocks below, put their websites in there so you can see them, and there's also adverts going into this Saturday's programme, so look out for those if you come along to the game. If you're not able to make the game and we've got some programmes left over, you'd like one sent out to you again, just let us know, drop us a message. Is there anything else?
No, I think just to reiterate again, we are still looking for match day sponsors, so if you'd like to get some exposure for your company, in terms of social media, in the actual programme, you can come along, 2 guests can come along on the day, pick the man of the match. It's a good day out for people that have done it before. £195, get in contact with one of us and we can sort that out for you. Some big games coming up. We just had the draw for the Norfolk Senior Cup, where we're at home to Heacham, which would be a great game, but we don't have a sponsor for that one, so if you'd like to sponsor that game, just get in touch.
Yeah, really exciting stuff. Right, well, let's see what Saturday brings, and we'll catch up next Thursday.
Absolutely.
Cheers, Ian.
Thank you.